Welcome to our Autism Partnership Method educational project. And today we're going to be talking all about waiting. Now, waiting is such an important skill that not all people are very good at. Everyone has their limits in terms of how long they can wait for things before they start to get frustrated and angry. I'm quite a patient man in most situations. It's a very important skill. When you're a teacher and you're educating other people, you may have to wait and watch and not touch the things on the table, which means you'll be getting distracted. You may have to suppress your sort of desires to do other things, to have someone else take a turn, or to wait and listen while the teacher is telling you about how to do something. It comes up a lot. And then there's sort of more community-based applications where you might have to wait in a line or wait in the doctor's office or wait for something to happen. So these are really, really critical sort of learning how to learn skills that we want to teach students early on. So I'll show you a video of how he was. We're doing a little bit of a bowling game with him here, but you can see he just doesn't wait. We just can't get the pins together before he's going to roll that ball. So one of the first things we did to teach him about waiting is we taught him a sort of instruction that if we said wait, that what that means to do is to kind of put your hands on your lap and stop touching the things in front of you, okay? And that's an important first step when you teach people to wait. A lot of children, when you're teaching waiting, don't really understand waiting. They often feel like when somebody says to them wait, it means you can't have it or it's no, which is not the case at all. So we can start with a easy receptive instruction for this Frank, which he learned really, really quickly. We then start to work ourselves into situations where there's things he would like to touch, things that are attractive, and we're going to ask him to wait. And if he can wait for a short period of time, he can play with those things. So in the beginning, it's really, really short periods, like just a few seconds. You'll see in this next video, it's much longer. And you'll see when June issues the instructions for him to wait, he's very good. He'll wait, he'll put his hands back down on his lap. And he can wait for a nice period of time, actually, in this clip.
我睇啲咩入邊先？哇！我哋有得做，你睇下，哦，表演呢個魔術嘅，哇！有一條條呢個啦，有一個扭計式，哇！超好玩，係啦，睇你講，睇你講。佢哋玩下先，係啦，係啦，好啦，等陣先，等，係啦，擺低佢等一陣先，好叻，好好啊，係啊，有呢個喎，哇！哎呀，你睇下呢個，哇！咩嚟㗎？對，蜘蛛係好似蜘蛛咁喎，嗬！
快啲縮咗！
啊，你想玩啊？好啊，等陣先啦。係啊，我玩緊啊，等陣先啦你。嗯？等啊！係啊，要等啊！係啦，嗱，有等到我冇搶我個玩具啊，洋洋好乖，呢度俾多個貼紙你，呢度俾多個，係啦，係有等到啊，我中意你有等到。
In this next clip, you'll see we've sort of started, this is really day 5 at this point in time, and we've incorporated him kind of waiting and watching in an imitation task. An imitation is a very, very valuable skill to learn things from other people in terms of modeling or watching or listening to what they say. Nicole is making this very, very complicated drink, which requires a lot of steps that have a lot of attractive things on the table. There is some foam that you could squeeze and some paint to touch. There is some food. I mean, there's lots of really attractive stuff deliberately put out on the table. For each of the steps, Nicole needs to model and demonstrate. And she does that at a really nice slow pace, which is really good. And then he watches and does the same thing. This requires a lot of patience on the part of this young man and really, really demonstrates his ability to be very, very patient with this task for a very long duration. Quite a remarked difference from the beginning of the week.
可以咁樣啦。好，幫你先，咁樣，知道？
撳唔撳到啊？
幫我撳啦，幫我撳啦，哈哈，呀，哇，哇，好犀利！
你手仲好乖喎，冇亂咁摸喎，好叻喎。咁我哋就可以繼續啦。好，今次咧，到你啊！啊，唔係食啊，到你同我做一樣嘅嘢咁樣。係啦。哇，手仲好乖，我真係好想食，不過呢個咧唔食得嘅真係。咁我哋可以咁樣。
你可唔可以飲啊？
我都唔可以飲㗎。但係你手係啊，記住啊，唔飲住㗎。係啦，手放返好喎。咁今日可以咁樣啦。哇，好多啊！哇，手真係超級乖喎你。咁今次咁樣咯，好先，過嚟啊！你可以扶住㗎嘛。
We also worked on him following some sort of, rules or some instructions around waiting when we're not there. Because sometimes there may be a rule like, don't touch this because it's hot, or, I don't want you to, be doing anything with these things. And we may not always be there all the time. So you'll see in this clip, Nicole asked Frank to wait and to not touch the things that she's put out on the table, and she leaves the room. And even though she's gone, Frank is great. He stays, I don't think he looks very happy in the video, but he's really good at waiting for her to come back and following those instructions.
我想你等一陣喎，唔好掂我啲嘢，唔好走開喎，唔好摸啊！好啦，等啊！
So a great week of waiting. Frank is now a very patient young man. It's really good to see him make some progress in this very, very critical skill across the week. Stay tuned.